What's up, guys? We're here at the UDS. Who are we here with?
Abraham King.
Oh, man, and what'd you do today?
Bubbled out. Didn't make it. 19th place at UDS.
Oh, fuck, bro.
19?
Oh. And what deck were you playing?
I was playing blue cards.
Oh, blue cards, like Link Monsters?
Absolutely not. I was playing with that Nekroz.
Oh,
Blue's Day one more time, I swear.
Blue's Day.
Did you say blue card or green card?
Blue card.
green card?
Yeah, I played definitely what I think was the best choice for this event, Nekroz.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's check out this deck profile.
All right.
Also shit on Striker and what was that?
Salmon Great? Yeah, I didn't lose
Hell
a single.
yeah, brother!
Yeah!
You, that wasn't a good high five. Give me.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to beat your locals? You want to beat the Salmon Great locals? Thunder Dragon's pretty good. This deck, I lost a game and not a single match to Salmon Great.
I was about to say to Nekroz, like, what?
So 3 Valk, which is like, it's like a battle fader, you discard it and banish a Nekroz card from the graveyard to negate an attack, and you contribute up to 2 cards to draw 2 cards. And then 3 Brio, which searches any card in your deck. It searches any monster, and there's a monster that searches spells.
Thank you, ban list.
Yeah. The part that even like there are like people that knew what Nekroz did, right? But they forgot about Brio's like field effect because nobody ever summoned it.
Oh, I always use that shit.
You can compulse 2 monsters that were summoned from the extra deck, and so like Balings does absolutely nothing to this deck. Not that anything about Summon Great does anything to this deck, but especially Balings doesn't do anything. And then you got like Trish's, because you know banishing 3 cards is nice, and also protecting cards from being targeted is also kind of nice. And then Colossus, or Colossus.
Colossus?
Yeah, the card that outs Colossus. You can negate Colossus and make its attack and defense 0, so you can just punch over it with this little 1200. It also searches ritual spell cards, so it's kind of nice. The underperformed card of the century, Gungnir. You can discard it to target a Nekroz monster, and it can't be destroyed by battle by card effects. It came up a couple times, but it was mainly for Thunder Dragon, so you can protect Unicorn. And then while it's on the field, you can discard a Nekroz card to pop a card on the field. And since it's a quick effect, it's good for like other types of control decks like Ultrageist and True Draco. And then the reason this card's like absolutely broken, and the reason this card will never come back, it's a skill drain for the extra deck. Anything summoned for the extra deck gets effects negated. So you just drop this against Salmon Great and they lose, or they go like neg 4 to make Balings and a Mirage Stalio, and then bounce it to your hand, and then they're out of cards, so you know they just lose from there.
Booker's here.
Alright, we got Shuret. Cleanses is the whole tribute for the ritual summon a Nekroz monster, and it searches a warrior, so you can search Brio, and that searches any card in your deck. Dance Princess, which is like a mini Denko that's searchable, because these cards are searchable with Brio. You can't target Nekroz monsters with card effects. You can't activate cards in response to the activation of Nekroz ritual spell cards. And when distributed, you add a banished Nekroz card to your hand. So like it's like the titties.
We didn't get Widow angered here.
Except for that one game where my opponent Widow anchored my entire field and killed me with it.
Oh, well, fuck.
Yeah, I summoned Denko and I couldn't kill him, so he just anchored my field full of monsters. So then we got 3 Manju, which like I don't know why people are like cutting this card left and right, but this card gives you access to rank 4s as well as searching any card in your deck. So like,
Broken staple.
yeah.
In the deck.
Then we got win condition dot card. I actually hate this card because it makes you play Nekroz in a way that's way different than like what's most optimal. But I mean, you just blow your load, and your opponent doesn't have a load to blow after you're done with it. You send 8 cards from their extra deck to the graveyard. You send 8 cards from your extra deck to the graveyard. They lose, and you add 5 cards to your hand.
Yeah, you're like plus 10.
Yeah. And then we got 2 of all the incantations, which is definitely correct. I don't like anybody trying to tell you how to play this deck without.
There's a lot of people that like. I think like they cut Candle to 1.
Yeah, they like
that? I'm like,
cut the
bruh.
ritual spells to 1.
Yeah.
Cut these out completely. Only play these ones.
Like, bruh.
Play 1-ofs. Like actually, I thought about playing 1-ofs, but definitely not. So like you reveal a ritual spell or ritual monster to summon any one of these from the hand, whichever one you have, and then it summons another one from the deck at the same time, and then the other one that summoned gets its effect. And this searches
the monster.
Yeah, monsters and spells from the deck and monsters and spells from the graveyard.
Yeah.
So you're grinding your early game.
The
is super
best
consistent.
grind.
Yeah, and then like this card just makes it all the more ridiculous. You only need one because you just search it and then it sits in your hand. You reveal it, discard any card that's not this card. It's not cost either. You just cost is just revealing the card. Then discard anything and you summon any of these things from the deck.
Sorry, the titties.
Yeah, so once per turn, search any card in your deck for the rest of the game. That's insane. One person was smart enough to roar this card and then they lost anyways.
Because they had to use their roar.
I mean, they roared this and then got Zaborg, so.
Get fucked.
And then we got 2 Vichmir. No hand traps, because we don't need those cards.
we going straight for the win.
Yeah, we're going straight for the win.
Cares?
No, but really, like, hand traps are just like, they just slow you down, they just make your opening hands consistent. This actually going second is godly,
Because Trishula.
because Trishula and, like, Dance Princess and all those cards just make it really ridiculous. So, like, you don't need hand traps, really. Unless, like, your deck up's more
Dude,
like...
so many people are cutting Kaleido and Mirror to
yeah,
one.
I don't know why.
I'm like, bruh.
It's just like, so like, I think the idea behind it is because like, you can still like add these back to your hand, and like this one is like a monster reborn. Actually, I think people are
This
cutting
thing's
this
broken.
one. Yeah, but like this card is like the most important card. I almost wanted to play it 3, but like in the end, you just don't need it. This is such a good number. The issue with cutting these to 1 is that then you have to, if you ever want to search by banishing these from the graveyard, like you can't banish these 2 because you've only got 1 of each. Once you banish these, they're gone. You're just searching the like 1 copy of this, and then you lose because you don't have any more ritual spells. I have no idea why anybody would ever want to cut this card down to buy at all. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So this one monster removes for the graveyard. This one sends from the extra summon any number, and this one banishes from the graveyard's materials.
The titties.
Yeah, the titties. Then we got 3 Pot of Greed.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, so some people like, I'm not gonna play it because you banished your targets for Zaborg, and then you can't use this anymore. But who the fuck cares? You draw this card, and it doesn't matter what's left in your extra deck. Your opponent just have theirs.
Yeah, as long as he's like, your opponent just like literally just loses.
On top of that, you need like a lot of cards to start playing, and like it doesn't really matter what they are. You just need cards, and this card just gives you more cards to play the game. You don't really care what you banish with this card. And then this card just should have stayed. This card just should have been banned. You search your deck for Chalice Slime, and then add any ritual spell for the grave.
Yeah.
So like, your grind is broken with this card too. I don't really get it. And then Rhoda because it searches certain Colossus. And then the ultimate card of destruction, Renewal of the World, which is like the spice nobody's playing yet, but will after this deck profile goes out. So when you activate it, you can banish any ritual monster from your deck. And you can either add it, send it to the graveyard to add that banished card to your hand, or send it to the graveyard, tribute a monster from your hand and field, or shuffle a ritual monster in your graveyard into the deck to then ritual summon that monster. And it's a trap card, so you're just trishing your opponent in the middle of their turn. I did it all day long. Unfortunately, you gotta like tribute like Gungnir or Decisive Armor or some big card if you want to summon Trish, unless it's Shuret that you're tributing from your hand. But it's still like it's just the nut, dude. This card's insane.
The nut high.
So that's the main deck. It's 45. I really tried to cut it down, and like the only thing that you could possibly cut would be like, if you want to cut it down, you could cut like that, those, and then this. If you really wanted to.
And 41.
Yeah, and that's 41. And I guess you could cut as a Borg or a Manji. I don't know, but 45 cards.
I don't know about cutting Zaborg or Manji.
I feel like that's like it, and that's the issue. Is like there's nothing cut, and it's just so fine at 45 anyways. Because like the only cards you're playing are like search cards and then draw cards, and then like cards that just instantly win you the game. So you might as well just keep them all in there.
You're just searching your whole deck unless you roll your ass then.
Joel is awful, yeah. You turn Eng, but I mean that's why your first search is either a way to summon Unicorn or Valk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So an extra deck, Kaleido targets for like these.
Remember, guys, this actually is level 12.
I don't understand people like asking all the time.
Oh, no. Right there. Original level. This card's original level is level 12.
Yeah.
All right.
This card actually came up when I played like one of the Thunder Dragon players. I opened Brio and Kaleido and the fucking Dance Princess. So I summoned Dance Princess, and then he had like the Abyss thing, but he couldn't negate anything. So I just summoned Brio and then spin the Colossus back into the deck, and then Trishula him, and the game was over. So this card's pretty important. And then we have like our Zaborg cards, which is
The broken.
yeah,
The pluses.
all the pluses. All right, so
So only 2 toads and not 3 toads.
because if you go first, there's like not going to be very many of these in the graveyard, especially if you're trying to play around Droll. You're not going to activate any Nekroz ritual monsters beforehand, so this thing doesn't actually end up like sending a whole bunch of cards. You don't end up like adding a whole bunch of cards in the graveyard Unless, like, for some reason you know it's safe, or you had to search, in which case, like, you drop your, like, Rio and you drop your Colossus and you add in the hand and it's, like, the nut. A lot of times I'd like, be adding one card to my hand with Toad, and then, like, shuffling back, like, Abyss Dweller or something else, or, like, another Toad. So if I needed to drop Zaborg later, I'd still have cards. And for Extravagance, too. I only played one of this because the theory with this whole deck, with, like, Renewal of the World and Zaborg, like, they're all... The deck is, like, best going second, because, like, that's how the deck works. And, like, Trishula is a broken card, Brio's a broken card, all these cards are, like, ridiculous going second, and not as much going first. But Zaborg is just such a... Exactly. It's just, like, it's a game. So, like, only one of these, because you're never gonna, like, actually pop anything with it, unless you somehow do it second. But sometimes you want to pop things with Kaleido, so... The Cypher Loaded Mega is actually really important, too. It shuffles back a card from the graveyard, so, yeah, I mean, putting cards back in your deck.
So how did Zaborg do against True Dracos?
Oh yeah, I was I played Team Samurai X1. He played that. I don't think I ever actually did it. But the theory behind that was I could just tribute summon it, and it's a tribute summon monster, and it pops a card, and I can send this to the graveyard if I decide to pop a light monster, and then pop Floodgates. But it didn't really come up. And then we got Dweller, Titan, Cowboy. Somebody told me before I started that people were gonna need to read my cards, so I was gonna go. In time.
Going in time, Cowboy.
Yep, and it happened 3 games. I run 3 games off fucking Cowboy. I lost the only game I made that card in. So
Fucking skank.
all right, and then the Pass de Resistance. So
Didn't
yeah.
let me borrow this. It's okay. I never
Sorry.
needed to make it anyways.
If you ritual summon, if you link summon this using 3 rituals, it can't be targeted by card effects, destroyed by card effects, and it becomes a 4800, and it can't be destroyed by battle.
Literally the titties.
Yeah.
Like Sky Striker has like no outs. To
Strike has no outs, and like you can only make this going second again. Game 2 against Salad, because otherwise it can just fusion and fire it away.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then so for the side we have the 3 Phantasme, which they're not here anymore.
Yeah. You know what? Gotta get rid of them.
Yeah.
They're too high.
Yeah. And then we got the 3 Denko that honestly won me so many games. It was crazy. Sphere modes that didn't do anything.
Yeah, dude, mine didn't do shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll still keep them in because they were still really good for, like, Danger Thunder. You just win the game after you summon this and then you show away all the cards. But and it's like okay against some of like the weirder Solomon Great variants. I like leave a bazillion cards on the field. But for the most part, this card was underperformed today, but it's still gonna stay here. This card's probably coming out. This card did nothing. This card was like actually the worst card in my side deck. I said it didn't like once and it didn't do anything. So it'll say goodbye. But I'll probably put in Call by the Graves because fucking Droll's cancer and all hand traps are disgusting. You gotta beat Salomon Great even more, I guess. The last card was like the instant striker win. Because you summon this and then you summon
Incantations or
fucking Unicorn. Unicorn's a spellcaster,
yeah.
so they can't use extra card effects and they can't activate spell cards. They just lose. That was the deck.
Any shout outs to anyone?
Yeah, bro. So first we gotta get our shout out to Kevin Tran, Team K Tran, the best team around, best team in the Northwest.
I don't know if you guys saw that video posted earlier, but I was backpacking Kevin, so it's okay.
Stop.
What was your record, Kevin?
And definitely not the best team in the Northwest. You're forgetting.
Shout out to Tristan Bridges. He really helped me figure out a lot of like the mechanics and the things I needed to do to learn how to improve. And I can't thank him enough for that. Nathan White paid for my like trip here, pretty much. And then a bunch of people lent me all sorts of cards, like impermanence, evenly, spells, a danger engine, and I didn't use them all. But thank you guys for lending me those cards anyways. And last but not least, Aaron Hills at the Yu-Gi-Oh Outlet. And not last but not least, but after that, we gotta thank Team Genesis, I guess.
Oh, Genesis, baby. Genesis.
What's good?
I guess.
All the
Never be as good
Genesis,
as Team K Tran, but real
Big
close
fan.
seconds.
Whoa, there, slow down.
Close second.
Hey.
This guy was second at 200th. Weird. At least he
Second
made the
to
top. It's okay.
Manav.
Fucking shit.
Blue cards for the win, man. Blue cards for the win.
Yeah. Not new blue cards. Old blue cards,
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly.
All right. Thanks for deck profile, man.
Yeah, dude, no problem.
All right. Yeah, we're out.